What's up everybody, this is Ven bringing you another MOC Spotlight where we take apart what you build. And for today's episode we'll be going over Lungorthin, the devil, created and posted to our message boards by the Chosen One. Now before we get started, let me remind you of my method of reviewing, which involves a point system that is based on 3 fundamental attributes: the overall appearance of the MOC, the build of the MOC itself, and the concept and ideas behind the MOC's creation. Each quality will mount up to 5 points, leading up to a final score that will be determined at the end of the episode. And please remember that this is all based on my opinion. So let's get this started. Holy jeez, this is really creepy looking. Like, just look at that face. That face is the face of nightmares and dreams. Came together, got married and all that jazz, had kids, and all of them were demented. And nobody really knows why. Their psychiatrist can't figure it out, but the doctor suggests it could be genetic. You know, it's pretty bad. But yeah, nah. This head, very menacing and easily my most favorite part about this MOC. It immediately caught my attention, and just look at all that detail that was put into it. That's crazy. Like, the rest of the MOC's design already has a good bit of character to it, and I'll get more on that in a second, but this just really sells it. And without this head, I feel like it'd be like strawberry ice cream without the strawberry part in it. Then it would just be ice cream, except they sold it to you as strawberry ice cream, and nobody likes flavorless ice cream, like, come on. Now the rest of the MOC also looks pretty nice. It's very sleek, with very slender proportions, but it all looks very solidified. And for a humanoid MOC, this has a very distinct silhouette. Like, there's some really unique qualities about it, like the orange bits here and there, a couple of spikes on the body, and the shaping of the legs is very interesting. Like, I both like the legs, and at the same time I kinda dislike them. Here's the thing I like about them. I like them because they're different, and they definitely add to the MOC's character, and I don't really like how the lower legs appear a bit longer than they really should be. It looks a little odd to me. Like, it kind of throws off the proportions of this MOC a little bit. And with that, I also noticed that the arms look a little bit short. Now, I'm not sure which one of these should be changed, because I feel like if at least one of these were to be changed, then that would kind of solve the problem with the other. Like, if you made the arms longer, I could probably forgive the legs for being so long. If you made the legs a little shorter, then I could probably forgive the arms being so short. You know what I mean? It's just, they go hand in hand. Or I guess hand in foot? No, foot in hand. I don't know. But that aside, everything else pretty much checks out. I do like the tail, I do like the color distribution, I do like all the detail that the body has, and you know, I think it's pretty well done in this regard. And now, when it comes to the build, I think from head to toe, this MOC has everything well packed together. And there's even a bit of system use here that is so seamlessly integrated into the build, so small and slightly insignificant to a point where you practically don't even notice them, but I did. Because having a little bit of system in this kind of MOC also makes it a bit fragile, which worries me a little, especially when it comes to the head, because I can't tell how this was built, but I really hope it stays together like that without issue. And with this MOC, we also have quite a wide range of posability. We got your standard articulation for an action figure, and we got finger articulation. This head is somehow articulated, and that's pretty crazy. And I think there's toes on this MOC. I'm not exactly sure. There are these things here. I guess they do count as toes because they clip onto the hinges of this foot piece. So yeah, there's toes. Toe articulation. Isn't that great? Now I gotta say, I am very skeptical of these legs. Because they are so thin and so lanky looking, they got me questioning the stability of this MOC. And I could even kind of see it in these pictures that it seems like it's a bit of a struggle to get this MOC posing without falling over. Like, some of these poses look a little awkward. Like, if you were to pose this MOC in any other way, then it would just fall over. It just would not work. And the small feet definitely don't help either, because then there's definitely nothing that'll be able to support the weight of this MOC or keep it balanced. But hey, I'll give you this. This is a very creative usage of parts here, and a very broad selection of parts too, with the head being the most obvious highlight, and then everything else is a really well thought out custom design. But that's basically all that the MOC has going for it. Like, there are no play features or functions or really any accessories aside from this long flame whip thing that admittedly looks cool, but also looks very fragile. So I guess this MOC was built primarily just for looks, just so it could look cool on your desk or something. And that's cool, that's not a bad thing. But let's talk about what we know that the builder did have in mind. Now this MOC was originally conceptualized as a remake of the Lava Beast set, and as the builder got to work, a good bit of improvisation got involved, and somewhere within the process it ended up evolving into what it is now. Just this brand new evil looking character. And keeping that in mind, I can definitely see the resemblance to Lava Beast. It looks very much inspired by that set. And the whole evil, menacing, devilish thing, that sort of theme, looks very evident and obvious from its appearance, because it definitely don't look like no angel. This thing looks like it would just sneak up behind me and, I don't know, pants me. It's got that creepy grin, these menacing horns, this overall unsettling body shape, and this long tail. Yeah, nah, it looks pretty evil to me. And I'd say it definitely looks a little bit more impressive than Lava Beast. However, I do feel like when it comes to its appearance that the proportions could be handled a bit better. Unless, you know, this was all intentional and it was exactly what the builder had in mind, then I guess whatever, but it still bugs me. And I kind of wish the build was a bit more like Lava Beast in some aspects, perhaps through the inclusion of a function or a set of wings on its arms, or maybe even its back could have wings. And then aside from the fire whip, this guy's got like nothing on him, no other weapons, no nothing. So it's kind of leaving me with a bit of an empty feeling. But there's no denying that this MOC was well done, and that the builder achieved his goal of creating some sort of devil-looking thing that looks like it was originally supposed to be Lava Beast. I'll give it that. It has that same color scheme, that same sort of silhouette. And yeah, so that's all I gotta say. Let's move on to the final scores and get this all wrapped up. So, in terms of appearance, this MOC receives a 4 out of 5. This MOC looks really great. I'm loving all the polished aesthetics and the detail that went into it, especially with that head. That head, again, selling it. You're really selling it. But what does bring it down for me are the awkward proportions that I brought up with the arms and legs. I feel like if this was changed up, I would like it a little bit more. But what we have right now is a really great design. In terms of the build, this MOC receives a 4 out of 5. The builder demonstrated a very creative usage of parts that made for a fairly solid build with sheer amounts of detail and a slightly limited range of posability. But unfortunately, I feel like it is missing something like a function or a play feature. You know, just overall a little bit more work to be done to get that perfect build. And in terms of the concept, this MOC receives a 4.5 out of 5. Because overall, I feel like the builder did achieve his goal of making some sort of devil. I mean, there's no denying that this thing looks evil, and sure, I may have my gripes with its appearance and its build, but these are very minor. Because what we do have is really impressive, especially when you consider the fact that the builder went into building this trying to recreate a pre-established character and ended up making his own character. And I only feel like there could just be a little more added to it to make it much better. And so, with all that said, let's look at our final score, which all comes up to a 12.5 out of 15. You did a great job, Chosen One. Congrats for making it onto the MOC Spotlight once again. I do hope to see more out of you. And, you know, I think you'll know if your creation's really good if the biggest complaint I have about it is that I want more from it more than anything. So just keep that in mind, and same goes for you viewers. If you think you got what it takes and you got that creative mental capacity to earn yourself your own MOC Spotlight, then please consider posting your own creations to the message boards at board.ttvchannel.com, where you are allowed to post your own MOCs under the LEGO Creations category, and by simply doing so, you've already earned yourself a very high possibility of being featured on the MOC Spotlight in the future. That's all you gotta do, just be creative and post it there, and then I'll do the rest. And from there on, all you have to do is just be patient. And that's all I got for you today, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.